You're listening to the Artist King podcast.
This is DTM of DeltaTangoMike.com, and this is the Artist King podcast, episode 65. I met James Eugene almost 20 years ago, roaming the streets of ATL living the art life. Since then, our art careers have involved local and national brands. James spends his time traveling for art projects, and recently we had a chance to catch up and record an artist interview along with a few art business podcasts. This is the first of the art business podcasts, and the subject is a very important step in the artist's career, the artist statement. Check out more about James Eugene online at neoartstyle.com and Instagram and Twitter at artistjim114. And consider yourself lucky if you can hold him down for a 10-minute conversation, as he spends a lot of time in the creative zone. Remember that every month, Artist King will be giving away a 1-hour consultation with an art business mentor and a business coach at Azalea Creative in Inman Park. To be eligible, artists must be an Artist King email subscriber. Visit www.artistking.org and subscribe now to get a chance to be one of those artists, plus receive updates on upcoming events, classes, meetups, workshops, and resources available to artists of all levels. Download the Artist King podcast in your favorite platform: iTunes, Spreaker.com, Stitcher Radio, and online at artistkingarchive.com. Artist King is yours, and we want you to benefit from the information shared here every week. The Artist King podcast is made possible by generous sponsors: the law offices of Deborah Gonzalez Esquire, VelocityScreenPrint.net, RevolveSkate.com, Old Hub at Giant, Southside Sickest, Mix Manny Beats, The Biz Garage, Supernova South, HonestCon.com, and also DenominatorGraphics.com in partnership with Lucam.com focuses on websites for artists at a reduced rate. Check artistking.org for details. Now on to our artist tip number 1, the artist statement with James Eugene.
My name is James Eugene, and I'm a professional artist. Create a lot of work, book covers, illustrations on one side, and on the other side I have a whole series, hundreds of paintings, both digital and traditional. Oil, love a lot of oil paint, paint and digital. Those two things I just love them. But I have different artist statements for different businesses of mine, different genres, and really the artist statement. The main 2 artist statements I have, one is for my fine art, because I have to convey exactly what my art is about, my influences, how my art became what it is. So you put that all in the artist statement, and you try to do it as quickly as possible. You try to,
get a little synopsis, little taste. Quickly as possible, meaning just a glimpse, or?
Well, you kind of hit the main points fairly quickly. Your name, what your influence, what influenced your work, any background, if you went to any type of school or something, and even if you didn't, it's cool. And what you're doing now with it, and and that's the difference. When my art statement for my commercial stuff, it's more of what I'm doing in the commercial realm. But my art statement for my fine art, it's the concepts that I'm working on now, and the series that I'm working on now.
Your influences.
And the influence that the different people, the different artists, the different cultures, my culture, and that's pretty much it. But it's very important, because you can't be a professional artist and not have an art statement.
I was about to ask, why is it so important?
Only people who are handpicked, some billionaire sees them as some kind of genius, you don't need nothing. That's the truth. Yeah. Because they're going to supply that for you. But everyone else, you need your art statement and some representation of what you actually do. Those two things go hand in hand, and then artist statement could make or break you. They see the artist statement and be like, wow, I've never even heard of these type of concepts. And then you're in there. Mm-hmm. Or they be like, oh, this isn't even an artist statement. And then sometimes it doesn't even matter how good your art is because so many good artists out there. So it's like, it's just marketing. That's all it is. It's just marketing for yourself. So I always redo my art statement over and over. And sometimes I make mistakes on it and I'm like, dang! And I know I made a mistake. And I change it again and change it again and change it again. Like I just changed my art statement twice, maybe 3 weeks ago.
So it's really an evolution.
Oh, it has to be because you always learn something new if you're if you're a real artist. If you're really in this game, you're learning something new.
Yeah.
And you just put that in there. Or a new influence or something you're like, oh yeah.
Or you switch up the type of stuff you do, so that's
absolutely.
It's another.
Or especially that's the thing about art statement. Our artist will talk about his influence and his body of work, but then he'll talk about what new series he's working on. And it's gonna be in the art statement.
Send us feedback to dtm@artistking.org and subscribe to the Artist King podcast on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Spreaker.com, or ArtistKingArchive.com. This has been your Artist King podcast, and I am DTM of DeltaTangoMike.com, telling you to get out and learn so you can earn. Let go of the starving artist title and move into the thriving artist art life. See you next week.